We march on, though. We march on. What was Philbin's overall? Again, like a 67, a 68? I mean, he's pretty mid player. It's the only way to put it. But it's all right. We still have a pretty damn good team, given the circumstances of this challenge. Who knows? Maybe we're due for a breakout. I was hoping for this week. It didn't happen. We did have a weekly. Larry was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week with 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he's not getting a breakout moment this week. Oh, sometimes, man. Sometimes. The logic behind when a breakout moment procs is very weird. I mean, again, we've had 5 touchdown games for quarterbacks where they haven't gotten breakout moments, so that sucks. That was probably Larry's best game as a starter, and it didn't matter. I mean, he's up to a 73 right now, but J Squared, all good, buddy. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, I mean, again, if Larry gets a breakout and we get it, and he goes to Superstar this season, we're feeling great, but didn't happen. Go ahead and stick with the auto upgrades. It's fine. Damn, man. Well, we're going to sim this against Jacksonville because we've got nothing tying us to jumping in. Obviously, we're going to have to start re-signing people this upcoming week as well. Any breakouts for week 3? No, and we lost to Jacksonville as well. At least you're better than what the Cardinals started. It's true. That is true. All right, that's not great. Draft a guy. Saints franchise. No. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just, it feels rather random in a lot of ways. Zach Scott. He's going to need a big boy contract. Peter Barber is back. It's good. Stephen Morgan. Getting a big boy contract is Stephen Morgan. He's our guy at running back. Harold Spain, who, of course, we just found this year as a UDFA. We'll be looking to bring him back. Kyle Kinney comes back. Matt Roach lost his job as a starter, but is still a very valuable player for us on the O-line, just to give us options. Alan Teal is back as well. Beyond hype for the season opener. Me too, man. It's nice to see football back. My birthday's on Sunday. Hey. Well, a happy early birthday. Why don't we have, like, a fun word? Like, you know, if you miss the birthday, you get to say belated. Why don't we have a word for when you're too early? Happy advanced birthday. You know, we need something. Matt Roach, do they call him Papa? No. He calls them Daddy. Based on the amount of fucking sacks that guy's allowed in the past couple of seasons. All right, there we go. Down to 3 holdouts. Not bad. Not bad. Seattle, week 3. I cannot imagine this going well. But you never know. You never know. All right, let's see. I'm sure we'll have some upgrades here as well. We have upgrades pretty much every week. Yep. Congratulations on your birthday pre-order. There you go. Turning 30. Starting to feel my age. Preach. I'll be hitting that milestone in February. God help me. God help me. God, I'm officially, like, I'm already an old freaking I'm old now, right? I'm going to be turning 30 in February. Like, I'm an old man now doing this nonsense. Oh, God. All right, let's see what happens against Seattle. All we can do is keep simming for now. What do we got? A win, but still no break. I swear to God, if he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Dude, he has been the AFC Offensive Player of the Week twice this season already, and still doesn't get a breakout? Come on, man. That's twice in 3 weeks. I accidentally hit the stop button on the recording there, too, so we'll see what the hell happens. But god damn it. 2 times. We're up to an 81 overall now, too. I hate it here. Zach Scott's back. What about Harold Spain? I'm experiencing Spain without the S at this point when it comes to these breakouts. Bring back the Andre Hood as well. All right, everybody is signed. We don't have to worry about further signings, which is good. Oh my god. Well, I guess the positive note about Larry is that if he's not... Like, if he's not going to get the break... Like, at least we're playing well. You know? At least he's playing well. Like, you would think it's bound to happen sooner rather than later at this stage. So here we go. The final 2 points that we need for the XP gains for training. But we need Larry to go superstar. He is essentially the missing piece. Like, we have a decent little team now. Again, 81 overall. We are just missing that star quarterback. And if we get a star quarterback, with the offensive weapons that we have around him, I think this could happen. Larry's getting another upgrade here, too. Keeps developing him as a strong arm. Will make him better as an improviser. Larry. We might go back to upgrading some people manually. Because I feel like by default, when you auto-upgrade, it just makes them better at what they're already better at. Which, again, is why I've done so many manual upgrades. So, like, technically their overall will go up, but if they suck at something, they're just going to keep being that bad in that regard. I'd rather have them be better from an attribute perspective than have their overall number go up. All text, what's going on, by the way? So again, this guy here, Katani, 21 years old. Normal dev, though. If he was star dev, I think he would have been the starter this year. It is Denver. Week 6. East Weech. He, she, we. We're 2-2 on the season now, and still no fucking breakout. I'm so salty. Oh, God. Carol, I still believe in you, buddy. You are the man. Damn right. Positive accuracy. Positive PMA. Baby. Otherwise, I'm going to start threatening you to get a break. We'll drop the PMA, and we'll start bringing in negative reinforcement. Something. Anything. Jesus. More upgrades. Harold Spain. Oh my god. Cannot pass protect at all. Jesus. Gotta start making that better. Philbin. Old Philby. Yeah, he's not a rusher. He's just a fucking run stopper. He can get in the way, but he is not designed to put threat onto the quarterback. DeAndre Hood. I'll text. We've been calling him Regis the whole time, yeah. And then Abdul Gerard. Better as a run stopper. And a boy Abdul, longtime captain on this team. Got the Rams week 5 as we look to take a step up to a winning record. 81 overall, the same as the Rams. And we lost. That's a shame. Figured out why my defense sucks. Specific guys aren't scheme fits. Must only matter in one stat. Yeah, there you go. Again, that's why I always train up people to be as well-rounded as possible. It's like, oh, he's a 90 man coverage. Yeah, but his zone coverage is a 62. So if you call a play with zone coverage, you're fucked. What movie I watched was Elm Street for the Dream Master. Ooh. I don't think I've seen that one, to be honest. I'm still just burning through the Dead Meat channel on YouTube. I got to the part where he was interviewing AEW wrestlers actually last year. Those videos were fantastic. David Young, our punter. As far as I can tell from some internet digging, breakouts seem to have a chance to occur when game day goals are completed. So maybe I should be a little bit more hands-on with setting up the game day goals, apparently, which are a pain in the ass to set every week, let me tell you. Although that really just feels like somebody speculating that that's what it is. You know, why would it be game day goals? Maybe there is a fact behind that, but that doesn't sound right. You'd think it would be based off of performance, unless it's the performance and the game day. Or they have the performance, but it lines up with the game day. We'll see. Week 7, we'll go a little bit more hands-on. Maybe that is the case. Maybe it is, maybe it is. The 83 overall Cardinals, who are 1-5. We actually have a better record at the moment than the Cardinals. Love to see it. Could find anything definitive. Yeah. So yeah, I want to go to team profile, if I'm not mistaken. Still want to sim through that, and then I'm going to have to go to team staff, and we'll see. We will see. We'll do it for a couple of weeks and find out if indeed it lines up. So game day goal for Tim. Let's do win the turnover battle. Offensive coordinator. 250 offensive. Yeah, I mean, In the weekly game plan, 2 passing touchdowns. Why does EA not make gameplay features clear to the community? Because fuck you, that's why. Oh, you think you're so smart and can make a better game? Well, then, yeah. Not saying that's it, but it'd be pretty funny if it was. All right, Bobby Walters. Quarterback's still not cooperating. He's getting better. He just hasn't gotten that frickin' breakout. Let's make Jaleel Hutton a little bit better. The Hut. And then Marion Toon as a defensive tackle, who is not speed rusher whatsoever. And again, it's like, oh, he's a good power rusher, kind of. And it's like, yeah, but give him both, because if he can't win the power game, you tell him to speed rush, he'll never break through. Can we beat the Cardinals to move back to 500 on the season? The answer is yes. But still no breakout moments this season. If it's him for the fuck! Come on! Thank you, Enzo, for the follow. He has been Offensive Player of the Week 3 fucking times this season. Give him a breakout moment, man. 3 times. Fuck. It's only been 7 weeks, and we've had a bye week. He's been Offensive Player of the AFC 3 fucking times. Oh, I hate it. If it had to do with game day goals, he would have gotten it. He would have had to have gotten it if it was game day goals, because he was also Player of the Week. So I'm not saying like, oh, well, I'm not calling you like a liar or anything. I'm just saying those guys that were speculating, I know it's only 1 week, but I don't believe it. Oh man, let's auto upgrade everyone when there's that many. I'm a salty boy right now. Holy. Well, we'll sim against Denver. See if we can get above 500 here. And we do. Still no breakout, but 2 injuries. We're 4-3 on the season. Who are the injuries? This fucking game. This fucking game. So fucking mad right now. Oh my god. You know, you know the fucking line from with fucking Jennifer Coolidge on White Lotus? These gays are trying to murder me. I need to make my own version. This game is trying to murder me. Holy shit. Ugh. It's only 3 weeks, but Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, let me guess. He was a fucking weekly award winner. He wasn't. It was Alan with 2 picks, but okay. God damn. Yeah, I'll text. I saw that too. Well, rainy night in Baltimore. We have to decide who the hell we want the quarterback of the team to be. To be honest, it should probably be Wilcox, who is at least a good enough quarterback to keep the team going. Although the alternative for the next 3 weeks would be the 21-year-old Jonathan Catani, who is normal dev. But yeah, if we run with Wilcox, we at least have a good quarterback on the team. So I think it has to be Wilcox. And who knows? You watch, Wilcox will finally be the one to get a breakout. But yeah, given that we're 4-3, we got to try to ride the wave here. Let's get Stephen Morgan into that other practice spot. And again, we're still trying to train up Philbin. Probably got injured mid-game. Yeah, well, never know. Could have been at the end. I mean, I'll text, I just presume. If you mention a horror movie, I presume you've met somebody. So, from that particular film. Well, let's see what we got for the upgrades here. A lot. Auto upgrade again. Not always. Well, again, it's a presumption. All right, can we beat Baltimore? We still haven't had a breakout this season, even though we have a winning record. We lost to Baltimore, so we're back to 500. Damn it. We'll have to see how our other quarterback just did. Maybe we don't have him in there. Definitely the conditions. We lost because of the rain and only the rain. I promise that's the only reason why we lost. So it's a loss to the Ravens. We only lost by 3. Wilcox was trash. 2 picks, 20 of 34. Catani stepped in and threw his first career. Jonathan Catani's getting the next start. I don't know what happened, but old Johnny Catani is going to be getting that next start. Wilcox, again, you have blown your chance at being the starter for this team. Johnny, you get 2 weeks, buddy. 2 weeks before the rotund righty returns from injury. Let's see what you can do. Coming up against Trey Lance and company. We'll even put Catani into training here. We'll see if he gets a breakout over the next 2 weeks, which again would kind of be good, but also unfortunate because it would only move him up to star, but you never know. You never know, you never know. Go ahead and auto upgrade those guys too. So old Johnny Katana against the Raiders to get us back over 500. The Raiders are 3-5 on the season. We win! And get ready to play the Chiefs, but again, no breakout moment. But in his first career start, Johnny Catani beats the Raiders. But yeah, we're gonna get pooped on by the Chiefs, man. They're 9-1 this season. It's probably not gonna go too well, but we're here. Ooh, 69 upgrade points. So this is our final offensive line boost in terms of training XP. So now we'll be focusing on getting those 3 other training slots next. So we'll probably not have that until end of next season. But we got all the training boosts that we need now. I mean, if Catani beats the Chiefs, we might have to have a conversation. Not holding my breath on that one. But, we'll see. We'll see. What do we got for the upgrades here? Short, Morgan, Harold Spain gets another upgrade. That's good. That's good. All right. Again, still no breakout, so we'll sim. Did we lose to Kansas City? Yes, we did. 5-5 through our first 10 games. And we got a choice about who the hell our quarterback is going to be for the rest of this season, barring injury. God, these freaking headphones are making the back of my ear itchy. Let's take a look at the stats so far this season. Not as young as I used to be. I believe that says 16 touchdowns. I think that's right. It's not 16 Turkish Danishes. 16 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Okay. All right. I just missed 3 weeks, which means I'm furious because if he keeps that up and we make the playoffs, he could have won MVP. Larry, it's your team again, buddy. And we'll see if you actually end up frickin' breaking out this season. I fucking doubt it, because it hasn't happened yet. But you never know. Old Lair Bear. Old Larry Care. Old Larold Fitzgerald. There's up another overall point. He's playing like a 79 right now. Still star dev. A 2-year man out of Cornell. Tani also improved a little bit, but certainly didn't play well enough to be like, oh shit, take Larry out. Let's see what the boys can do against a pretty strong Cleveland squad. We're now 5-6 on the season. There's another injury. It's our starting center, Brandon Morgan. All right. So 5-6 on the season. Not a single breakout to speak of, because this game hates me. This game absolutely hates me. All I want to do is love it so, but it's not mutual. What do we got for upgrades here? Quite a few. There's only 4. Malachi Rowland, 79 for the superstar kicker in his second season. Khalil Chamberlain. Yeah, we got to make him better as a pass protector, man. We got Regis. And try to make him better as a speed rusher. Just make him a little bit more well-rounded. And then Harold Spain does keep getting better again. Can't pass protect to save his goddamn life, and especially not his quarterback. But keep making him a little bit better. The Raiders. We've beaten them once this season. Can we do it again to get back to 500 on the year? Yes, we can. So we pull off the double against the Raiders. Still, no frickin' frackin' flappins, frickin' frackin' frackles breakouts. Frick. Give me a strong frick. So mad. Not a single breakout this season is brutal. Especially with this team performing as well as they have. Gotta make the white man better. Keep the white man down. Week 14 against Pittsburgh. To get back over 500 and to a 7-6 record, which would be incredible for us. We lose and still don't have a breakout. Six and 7 is still a really damn good season for us at this stage, regardless of what happens here. But not a single breakout. I am a salty, salty salmon right now. Let's see. Stephen Morgan continues to get better and better. What we got for Jaquan Mitchell? Very strong run stopper as a second choice outside linebacker. And then Alan Teal at corner. Better as his own. So we'll see. You never know. We could very much be in the playoff mix right now with 4 weeks to go. If the season ended today, we would not be in the playoffs, which isn't necessarily a surprise given that we do have a losing record. I don't expect us to beat Cincinnati because they still have the absolutely stacked offense. Will we fall to 6 and 8? Yes, we will. If this is who I think it is, it's not. Avery, 10 tackles and a pick. Okay. Well, we're down to 6 and 8 on the season. Very, very unlikely that we make the playoffs from here. But again, it has still been... It's still been a good season. It has been a good season. No matter how it goes from here. I guess we got a Thursday night game coming up against the Chiefs. So GG's. Get ready. We're what, 6 and 8? Yeah, get ready for 6 and 9. Damn. I cannot believe. I can't believe we haven't had a single breakout this season with Larry having the season that he's had. I'm going to guess his numbers aren't quite what they were, but they're still got to be pretty good. Bryce Conley gets better. New ability slot for Bryce. Gets spin cycle, which is okay. It's not too bad. And then David Good. David B. Good. It's a little bit better as well. Not bad, Davey, not bad. All right, well, we know this isn't going to end well. It's Kansas City. Let's get it over with. Another loss. Still no breakouts. Still, apparently that linebacker has 22 touchdowns. Good to know. And 2 interceptions. All right. Well, let's get this season over with. We won't be in the playoffs, but we've improved. Again, am I still a salty, salty Susan about the lack of breakouts? 100%, but it be what it do. We are still making strides forward. But, yeah. This game could be a little bit nicer than it's choosing to be right now. Let me tell you. Got a lot of upgrade points here, so we'll just auto. Got Nolans and Buffalo to round out the schedule, which obviously isn't great. The Saints are actually only 3 and 12. And we do get the win over the Saints. One more injury before the final game of the season. And it is Zach Scott who dislocated his elbow. He has some injury problems. But, all right, we will wrap up this season at either 8 and 9 or 7 and 10, which is still decent. It's still one of the better seasons that we have ever had. It represents a lot of progress forward. We're just kind of getting bottlenecked with that progress right now when I feel like we shouldn't be. Peter Barber, now a legitimate 82. And James Regis Philbin. Again, continue to make him at least somewhat of a serviceable finesse rusher, because otherwise, Jesus, Christmas is he one-dimensional as all hell. Final game of the season against Buffalo was a loss. 7-10. Your Lumberjacks to round out the season. Let's take a look at staff moves here and see if anyone was fired that we might be interested in. Josh McDaniels, Mike Tomlin, and Mike Vrabel. Wow, come on. The Patriots brought in Mike Vrabel as head coach, and it didn't work. I'm sad. Oh, shit, I always want to mention. If Carroll finishes top 7 quarterback in passing yards, he should go up and down. I freaking hope. I mean, again, though, he did miss 3 games due to injury, so we want to go to staff, franchise staff. Let me just double check. There's not going to be any better than those two. I got to try to hold on to those two for dear life. So let's do the eye for talent. And then we'll go with the offensive coordinator boost. Okay, let's keep working towards that. We can go for Josh McDaniels. We're fine. We're fine, we're fine. Get those final upgrades of the season. Jeff Petrowski continuing to develop at linebacker as this hairline continues to regress. I know the feeling, Jeff. And then Marion Toon staying at a 67 with his massive fucking head. Let's get a look here at the numbers on the season. Not too worried about the bracket, really, until we get to the final Super Bowl. Larry Carroll, upon returning from injury, went 6-5 in terms of touchdowns to INT ratio, so his play after the injury was pretty bad. But 22-5 is still the best quarterback performance we have ever seen. Rushing-wise, 1,100 yards for Stephen Morgan with 7 touchdowns. Emmanuel Boston had 9 touchdowns himself. Receiving-wise, top target was Norton, but it was Cam Betts with more yardage. Again, a lot of touchdowns. Conley with 9, Betts and Glover with 6, Norton with 5. On the O-line, the worst was Harold Spain as a rookie. Only guy to allow double digits, though, and again, we tried to develop him, so we can allow that. Everyone else did okay. Defensively, we still had 3 guys with a shitload of tackles, which means, again, they were out there a lot. The sack leader with 5.5 was Matty Short. And our pick leader with 4, Cornell Allen, now a 6-year pro. Our kicker went 12 of 21. Did you switch feet? Did you switch feet? Holy shit. Warrior, we did have a pretty good season by our standards, but still not amazing. So you made me do it. I'm trying this challenge. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's time consuming. Passing leader in terms of yardage was Jimmy Tuttle of the Giants, former Super Bowl winner. The touchdown king was Tuttle as well. Tuttle's just an overpowered name this year. And the pick leader, Jacob Smiley. Rushing yardage king, Josh Jacobs. With the touchdown king being Bijan Robinson, who had 18. Let's see, yardage king amongst receivers, Isaiah Hodgins. The touchdown leader with 24, Justin Jefferson. Jesus criminy. 24 receiving touchdowns in the same season. The sack leader in terms of allowed was Lance Glover. Tackle leader, Devin Bush in Nolans. Your sack leader with 20 was Myles Garrett. And the pick leader with 7, Shavarius Ward. How many wins? 7-10 on the season. Top kicker, you could argue, was Riley Patterson. 100%. The worst kicker... Surprisingly, our guy was up there. See, the Steelers had a guy that was that bad, and then they said, get the fuck out. We said, no, that's our guy. Superstar Dev, baby. So that is another season in the books as we continue to try to speed run this bad boy. Let's see how the playoffs pan out. Again, the Carolina Panthers are the defending champions. Don't even know if they made the playoffs because we haven't looked at the bracket. But Super Bowl 64, I believe it is, will be 65 is Carolina. Trying to go back-to-back. They stopped the Jets from doing it last year. Panthers trying to go back-to-back as they take on the other 1 seed, the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins. All right, let's see. Can the Panthers go back-to-back? That is the question. Super Bowl 65. Look at the yearly awards first, though, of course. Your MVP, Jimmy Tuttle. Coach of the Year, Braden Williamson, Carolina. AFC Offensive Player of the Season, Joe Burrow. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Top Offensive Rookie, Julian Pointer. Katani. Honestly, if we played Katani the whole year, he might have been able to win it. And your Defensive Rookie of the Year, Luke Tatum. In terms of best quarterback, Carroll finished 9th. So GG's on that hope and dream. NFC Offensive Player of the Year was Justin Jefferson. No kidding. Defensive Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchinson on the NFC side of things. First Super Bowl since Marino. Indeed. Dan never won one either. So there you go. The winner of Super Bowl 65, your Miami Dolphins. Wow. Panthers fall short of the repeat. The Miami Dolphins win their 3rd Super Bowl in franchise history. Fair enough. Fair play to the Dolphins. Super Bowl MVP was a cornerback. I mean, probably had the picks. Probably had the picks on his side. I can check the schedule. Box score. Player stats. Only one. With 5 tackles. But it must have been a big one. Second-year man, Percy Jones. All right, well, we march on. We move. 2031. We're coming for you. We don't have anybody to re-sign, as far as I know. Oh, was there a fumble there, too? That would make sense, then. That would make sense. All right. Yeah, he had a damn good game. Let's see what happens this offseason. Of course, we'll have to find out who wins the Lumberjack lottery and such. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's keep her going. Let's do it. Let's do it. Obviously, we will see if we land anybody else. If Luke Carroll maybe developed at all. Not Luke, Larry. A different guy named Luke. Free agency recap for the hell of it, though. You got Devontae Arnold, an X-Factor wideout, going to the Rams. He was easily the biggest signing. We're getting to the point where it's a lot of generated guys. Anthony Richardson on his way to the Falcons. Kenny Pickett to the Saints. Altman, we have done this before. We did it last year with Washington. Didn't reach the end, though. NBA took way too much of our attention. And we were successful, I believe, 2 years ago. If I'm not mistaken. Fortunately, neither of those ended up on the YouTube side of things to document our success. The winner, oh my God, number 27. Number 27 wins the Lumberjack lottery, I believe, again. That's 31, 30, 29, 28, 20. No, the Seahawks. For the first time. I don't think the Seahawks have won them before. But congrats to Seattle. As again, we are not allowed to make any picks. The Seahawks have won the Lumberjack Lottery in the 8th overall selection. Congrats to them as the Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have the #1 overall pick. Yeah, we will be moving all of our picks to Seattle. There we go. We are officially out of this draft. And again, we'll see how the draft plays out for everybody, and then that brings us... that brings us to another opportunity at adding some talent to this team, but more so, I'm hoping we saw some player development this offseason. I'm hoping. Because we need it. What do we got here? What do we got? Steelers took an 82 overall defensive end, Cesar Vasquez, who was the highest rated player. Outside of that, it was the Texans at 11, getting an 81 corner. The high end of this draft, though, was very, very good. It took a while before we even got down to like the consistent 77s, let alone the 76s. This looked like it was a pretty good draft, so maybe that does open up an opportunity for us here. At least I can hope. Fingers crossed. 2031. Did we see any player development? No, we did not. Morgan and Carroll, both still silvers. Where Spain was already a superstar. Defensively. Yeah, we got one. But it's a big one. It's Allen. Cornell Allen goes X Factor over the course of that offseason. Let's fucking go. We at least got one. He gets reinforcement. Ability increases their chance of defeating run blocks and disrupting catches via tackles. Cornell Allen, the newest member of the X Factors on this team, and our third defensive X Factor, joining Matt Short and Tremaine Avery. That defense is dangerous, to say the least. But we do still have some questions offensively.